I want to pick up on, and pick on, I suppose, something that Brian said about the mistakes of the last 10 years. I mean, there's a lot of room to debate in history about both the starting and the conduct of the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq. I believe that for the last 4 years we've been conducting too much foreign policy in the rearview mirror. No one, even the most hawkish people on Libya, ever suggested invading and occupying Libya. No one that I know of is suggesting repeating the Iraq experience in Syria. Instead, I feel what we're doing, but it seems to me as though that is a major motivation for what I would say is the excess of caution on the part of the administration. There are other lessons. There's the lesson of Iraq in 1991 when we abandoned the Shia to be slaughtered, and frankly, we paid a price for it 15 years later. I think we still pay a price for it. There's the lesson of Bosnia where we allowed that war to go on for 3 years because of an arms embargo that shouldn't have existed, and 200,000 people died. There's more than one lesson to be learned, and I feel strongly that too many decisions have been made in terms of we're not going to use force excessively. Okay, one shouldn't use force excessively. We may have some slight differences about what is excessive. But unless we again suffer a World Trade Center, which is why we went to both those wars, again, people can say we shouldn't have, or we should have done them differently, but it is a different situation now. And I think harking back there is part of what has, to some extent, led the administration astray. In a way, more importantly, and I really think this is important, it's going to come out as criticism, it's not simple criticism. I was actually hopeful when Obama was elected that he had an opportunity, in a way that I think he didn't use, to really change the way the world viewed the United States. And I guess some people will say, well, he succeeded at it. I would say he didn't, because I think what I mean by that is an opportunity to undo some of the damage that's out there that suggests that we're at war with Islam, that we are bloody-minded, that we fought a war in Iraq for Israel or for oil. If you look at what he said in his Cairo speech, and this isn't me speaking, this is a fairly distinguished Arab journalist saying, Guantanamo and Abu Ghraib pale in comparison to what takes place in Arab and Muslim prisons. If I were one of the president's speechwriters, I would have added a paragraph where the president would say, I'm doing my share to start this new beginning, and you have to do your share. I think, for whatever reasons, he's in that same speech, he said, I understand that democracy promotion is controversial because of Iraq, but before he could get those words out, the audience applauded merely at the mention that he was going to discuss democracy. I don't think he has to spend much time around the world saying, I'm not George W. Bush. I think what he needs to be doing is saying the values that we enshrine in the United States are universal values. They're good for Muslims, they're good for everybody. We're not ashamed about it, and for that matter, Americans have gone to war to defend Muslims. Maybe we've been clumsy at times, but we are not anti-Muslim, and we are. I haven't heard that sort of thing from him, and I think it's important because the truth is there is a battle of ideas here.